Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Makeup with Melanie. This is a live makeup tutorial and I will be using all Younique products. And I'm going to start off. I'll go ahead and start off. If you're watching me, you see the live red button. Please say hi, hello, tell me where you're viewing from so I can give you a shout out. If you don't see the red live button, then you're catching me on the replay. So give me hashtag replay. I'll give you a shout out after I'll give you a shout out if you catch me on the replay. I'm using our Glorious Face and Eye Primer, which is a must. If you're going to be wearing makeup, you need to wear hi Terry, hi Jill. If you're going to be wearing makeup, you need to wear primer. It's just like if you paint your walls. You prime your walls before you paint them because you want your paint to last. And if you want your makeup to last, if you want to get the best out of your makeup, then you need to have primer. And Younique has excellent primer. And you can even take the excess primer that is on your hands and run it through your hair. It conditions your hair, and it helps the makeup not seep into your fine lines and pores. I know people have trouble with that throughout the day, that their makeup starts cracking, and if you wear our primer, that will not happen. And whatever you however your makeup looks right after you put it on is hi Mrs. Seal, thank you so much. After you put your makeup on, immediately after you put your makeup on, that's the way it's going to look when you go to take it off several hours later on in the day. And the same thing with our Mood Struck Eye Primer. This is also one of my top 5 favorite products, and I just put a little bit on my ring finger because I'm applying it to my eyes. And when you apply anything to your eyes with your hands, you want to use your ring fingers. And I'm going to apply that all over my eyes, even into my eyebrows and under my eyes, because I will be applying product under my eyes. And even though the products that I will be using on my eyes, the shadows the pressed shadows I'll be using on my eyes are primer infused, I like to give it a double punch and use our eye primer as well. It helps the eyeshadows, the color. A lot of times, I know whenever I bought eyeshadows before Younique, the color that I was looking at was not the color that appeared on my eye when I applied it. But with the eye primer, the color that you apply is, or the color that you see in the package is the color that's going to appear in your eye when you wear the primer. And it's also, I'm telling you, I promise you, when you wear our eye primer, when you go to take your makeup off at night, you're going to be like, man, I don't want to take this stuff off because it looks so good. I could wake up tomorrow morning and not have to do my makeup again because it's going to look just the same as it did whenever I put it on. It's just that dang good. I mean, seriously, our eye primer is thebomb.com. It's so awesome. So anyway, enough about the eye primer. I hope I've convinced you about it because it's so dang good. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I like to do my eyebrows first. Our eyes are the windows to our soul, and the eyebrows, I think, are the curtains. So I like to dress my curtains up. If you're not doing your eyebrows, ladies, you are missing a big part of your eye makeup game. You need to do your eyebrows. So even before I started with Younique, I had started doing my eyebrows, and I did them with a brown eyeliner. And now we have, Younique has 2 ways that you can do your eyebrows. We have an eyebrow pencil that has a spoolie on one end that you can take and brush your eyebrows up or down, however you want to do it. And then on the opposite end is the pencil, and it's a very fine point that you can roll up. Let me do it the right way. You can roll up. You see the point? And then when you're done, you can retract it. A lot of those eye pencils out there are not retractable, and once you use the point, it's over with. But Younique's is very, very good. It comes in 3 different shades. It comes in a blonde shade, a brunette shade, and a dark shade. And of course, I use the brunette shade. We also have our Obsession Brow Palette. It comes with a lighter shade because your eyebrows are actually an ombre effect. It's lighter right here in the front, and then it gets darker as it goes backward. And so that's what the lighter shade is for, and the darker shade is actually for the back end of the brow. And then it has these creams right here to actually accentuate the eyebrow, give it like a fresh waxed look. And then they have this wax right here that will keep your eyebrows intact throughout the day, so that whatever you do to your brows, hi Sarah, whatever you do to your brows is going to stay put and won't mess up. So the work that you've done and put into them is going to stay put. So what I like to do is I like to use my eyebrow pencil, and I like to mark the spots where I'm going to start with the powders of the brow palette. I like to use both of them. So I'm going to show you where to start. You want to take the eyebrow pencil and bring it to the edge of your nose, and this is right here. This point right here is where you want to start outlining your eyebrow. I'm going to look in the mirror right here, and I'm going to add a little dot right here, and it's got that eye primer, so it's kind of, I just kind of have to press real hard. Okay, and then the arch of your brow, you bring it over and you go through the iris of your eye, and this part right here is where the arch of your brow would be. Okay, and then the tail of your brow is supposed to end at the edge of your eye, right there. So I'm going to put a little dot. So actually I already made it self kind of. All right, I'll do the same thing on the other eye. Go through the eye right here. Make a little dot. Go through the iris, make a little dot. Go to the corner of the eye and make a little dot. Now if you don't have the eyebrow pencil and you just have the Obsession Brow Palette, of course, to do that step right here, you could use an eyeliner to do that with. Now if you get our brow palette, you want to get our artist brush. It has an angled side and then a flat side, and I'm going to show you how to use both. Okay, I'm going to start out, I'm going to start out with the darker shade to outline my brow with. I'm going to use the angled side of the brush. I'm going to get some of that dark powder, and I'll be looking off to the side in the mirror, but you'll still be able to see me. And I'm going to connect the dots. I'm going to come at the top of the brow first and draw a line to connect those two dots. Okay, and then I'll draw a line and connect the bottom dot. And as you can tell, I don't really have hair all the way down there, so I'm going to have to kind of create some hair. But that's what's so great about this Obsession Brow Palette, is that you can create hair. Now I'm going to come underneath the brow and outline underneath, starting at the same spots. Come underneath. And then come down. All right, now I'm going to fill it in with the same color. Notice I haven't touched the front of the brow. What I'm going to do is right now I'm going to add a little wax to make sure that that powder adheres to my brow. And now I'm going to go back in with the powder. Okay, and we'll go on to the next brow. I'll go ahead and start out and put the wax on the brow first. All right, now let's outline the brow like I did the other one with the dark shade. What's everyone doing today? Guess what I am doing today? I am taking my cat, Polly, who is 19 years old, to have her groomed because she is 19, like I said, and I guess she doesn't groom herself as well as she used to. She's a long-haired cat, not as long as Persians or Himalayans, but I guess you would say she's medium to long-haired. And I bought her a tower, and those towers have like a little box with holes on two sides, and she had been staying in that box. She's very strange. She'll pick a spot, and that's her spot for like several months, and then she'll pick another spot, and that's her spot for several months. Well, when I first got the tower, I thought she would be one, because cats like to be high up. I thought she'd stay on the levels of the tower, but she actually stayed in the box of the tower. And in doing so, she got real matted up under her stomach, and I just cannot get those mats out. So I've hired a groomer, and I'm getting her groomed today, and to get those mats out. And bless her heart, I hope it's not that traumatic for her. Most cats are sedated when they're groomed, but she's too old to be sedated. So we're going to see how this is going to turn out. Okay, so I'm going to take the lighter shade, and I'm going to come to the front of the brow, and I'm going to kind of just little short strokes go upward in the front. To create a natural look. All right, I'll do that to the other eye. Okay, now, what I like to do, now I'm going to take and show you how to use the waxes. Okay, we're going to start with the yellow wax, and I'm going to use one side of the flat end. No, we're going to use the pink wax first. I'm sorry. I'm going to start with the pink wax. I'm going to use the flat side of the brush. And then I'm going to come to the top of the eyebrow and just outline, carefully outline the brow. Alright, I applied it to this side. Now I'm going to invert it and come under the brow. This is just kind of shaping the brow and giving it a real sharp effect. I know you can barely see it, but it gives it a real sharp effect. We'll do the same thing to the other brow. You can also do this with concealer. If you have a liquid-based concealer. Okay, now I did the top. Now I'm going to invert it. Alright, now I'm going to take the other side of the brush, and I'm going to come with the yellow or the cream colored cream. I'm going to get that on the brush. And I'm going to come just on the tail end. And that's just going to kind of highlight that area. And our brows are done. Great. Now we can move on to our eyes. Okay, this month's triple threat bundle comes with 4 pressed shadows, which we have 25, and right here are the 25 minus 1, because it's in the bundle that it's in the look that I'm going to show you today. So we have these right here, and you can pick any 4 of those. And then we have 8 new colors. These are the colors I'm using today. And this is Witty, Optimistic. This is one of the original 25. This is Gentle. This is one of the new 8. And this is Fancy. This is one of the new 8. And this is the look I'm going to be using today. I thought this would be a cool spring look to start with today. And also with the bundle, you get one of our splash lipsticks. I think we have 10 or 15 shades of that. And you also get an Epic mascara. And I think the bundle is like $72 or $76. I will post the price for sure after I finish this video, when I definitely know what the price is. But it's $72 or it's $76. But it's definitely a steal, because the quads are normally $52. The Epic mascara is $24, and the splash lipstick is normally $27. So you're definitely getting a deal. So let's get started with the eyeshadow. I'm going to start with the shade Witty. That's this shade right here. It's kind of like a pumpkin shade. And this is going to be my transition color. And I'm going to be using this is this is like one of my top 5 products. This is our blending brush. It's a fat brush, natural hair brush. And it's an excellent brush to use for blending, and also to use for your transition color. And your transition color is the area in between your lid and your brow. And you always want to start with a transition color, and to make sure that I'm tapping it off. You want to make sure that you have a transition color that transitions from your eyelid to your brow. You want to start in the corner, kind of make circular motions like this. And you see how I'm holding it towards the end of the brush? That gives me a little bit less control, and it gives it a lighter look on my eye. And then once you get that little corner started, then you start making windshield wiper motions. And just kind of go back and forth. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. And you just get a little color on your eye. We're just going to have like a little spring look. All right. Okay, we'll do the other eye. Remember, start in the corner, make a little circular motion. And go over. This is an excellent, and you could also actually use this color to contour with. I'm just blending it back and forth. Okay, now I'm going to take my liner shader brush. It has a liner in on one end and then a shade side on the other. And I'm going to dip it in this color Gentle right here. This is kind of like a, you can't really see it, but it's like a peachy cream color right here. And this is going to be my lid color. And pay attention at how I apply it on my lid. I don't swipe on my lid. I just pat, because I don't want eyeshadow all over my face. And I'm starting from the inside and I'm moving outward. This is like a pearl color, like a champagne color. If you wanted it to be more pronounced, a more pronounced look, or what we call for it to have more pop, you could wet your brush and then apply it in the color. But I'm fine with it just as is. Oh, I started from the outside. This is deeply pigmented, so you don't have to use that much. Alright, next I'm going to come back with the blending brush. And I'm just going to make sure there are no harsh edges. I'm going to blend that out. Alright, next I'm going to take my crease brush, which is a short, compact brush. It's all natural hair. It's normally white when it's clean, but it is clean. I clean the powder off of it, but when it's actually really, really clean, it's white. Look, this is it in a package. That's the crease brush. Okay. And I'm going to take the color right here, Fancy, and this is going to be my crease color. Isn't that a pretty color? Get a little bit on the crease. These new colors I'm finding are seem to be more pigmented than our other colors. Alright, and I'm going to make like a V right here at the edge, or a 7. And just kind of blend this in. Can y'all see that? Who on here is a cat person? I'm a huge cat person. I used to not be a dog person, and then my mom and sister are Shih Tzu people. They get Shih Tzus. And then when I met my boyfriend and I moved in with him, he had a huge Labrador Retriever. And I just fell in love with him. He was so sweet. And he died a few years ago. And then we got, yes, I know you are, Miss Cecile. I know you're a dog person. And, hey, Miss Brenda, or Aunt Brenda. Then we rescued a dog from the pound. And she's so sweet to us. But it's like we can't have anybody over here. That's why I'm having to take my cat to my sister's house, actually, to have her groomed. Because I can't have anybody over here because our dog, I don't know, when we got her, she was young. And I don't know how she was so abused, because it seems like she was just so young. I don't know how she was with anybody long enough to be that abused, but she's so protective of me and Corey that I mean, she's vicious around other people. And I don't know how to break her of that. I read up on it, and it said that to do that, the other people coming around her would have to have treats, and I'm like, I can't plan for that. I can't tell people, oh, when you come over, please bring treats with you because my dog might bite you. But she barks, barks, barks if somebody drives up in the driveway that's not one of us, and it's just, but she's sweet to us, like I said. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blending brush and I'm going to blend this out. So it's not as harsh. Checking the time. Alright, and next I'm going to take my crease brush again. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to take this color right here, this cream color, Optimistic. Get a little bit on my crease brush. I'm going to apply that in my brow area just to kind of lighten it up. Okay, now before I finish my eyes, I am going to, let's see, we can apply some eyeliner to the top brow. Let me get the, I want to apply some brown. I'm going to apply, I'm going to warm the, I'm going to apply our, this is Proper. This is our chocolate brown eyeliner, and I'm going to apply that to the upper lid of my eye. I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand, and I'll show you how good our eyeliners are in just a second. I'm going to let this set in, and I'm going to apply this to the upper lid. Would y'all hang tight? I think my dog needs to go to the bathroom. I need to let her out. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay, now let's start with the face. I'm going to be using our liquid foundation, which is also known as our liquid gold. And if you have our foundation, what you need to do is take the dropper out and extinguish whatever's in there. And then shake it up really, really well, because it's a mineral foundation and it needs to be mixed really, really well every time you use it. So I'm shaking it up really, 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 really well. Okay, and then I'm going to get a dropper. And I'm going to be using our liquid foundation brush. And I'm going to apply that to the brush. And then I'll just dab that all over. And then just kind of massage it in. I'm using the shade Taffeta. Some people have summer shades and winter shades. I stick with the same shade year round. You'll find if you need to be color matched, just let me know and I can color match you. And we also have, Younique has created a quiz that is pretty much dead on if you want to be color matched. Or you can shoot me a picture and I can color match you. But you'll find that because it's a mineral based foundation, you'll find that a couple of shades will work for you. Like the shade lighter than taffeta is velour, and I could probably wear that too. But I like the shade taffeta. I stick with it. And you just kind of massage that all over your face. And then make sure you get it down your neck too. That's the worst when I see women. I feel bad for women when I see them with a line right here. And this is all like orange looking. And then their neck is white. I'm like, please come to me and let me color match you and get you in the right shade so that your whole face and neck is all one color. And then I also like to bring it down my back, in the back of my neck, because I have short hair, to make sure it's all one color. And you can also do your ears if your ears show. Now, what's good about our foundation is if you have any blemishes, generally you don't need a concealer because our foundation is medium coverage and it's going to cover it. It's also buildable, so if it didn't cover it the first application, you could add another layer and it will cover it. Or if that didn't work, then you could use our concealer. Our concealer has been known to completely cover tattoos and marker on your face. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful. But after you apply our foundation, your face is going to be one-dimensional, so you need to add dimension back into your face. And the first way to do that is I add some highlight into my face. I don't have any blemishes on my face, thank you Lord. Thank you Mom and Dad for a great complexion. I didn't really have much acne growing up as a child, and my dad stressed to me that whenever I had any zit whatsoever, not to pick at it, and I listened to him. And because I had an uncle who had pitted skin, and he always told me, he said, do you want to look like that uncle? And I said, no. He said, well, don't pick at your face. He said, because that's what he did. He picked at his face and he had pitted skin. And so I didn't pick at my face. And if I had a zit, I would do hot compresses on it, and then once it came to a head, then I would pop it, but I would never force it to pop. I was always really, really good. Now I did get my, puberty and menstrual cycle, T-zone zits and acne, but I never had what I called face zits. I never had anything around here on my face or up here. I just always had it in my T-zone. But thankfully, I had a dad and a mom who educated me and helped me to take care of my skin, and I'm very fortunate. I consider myself very fortunate that I didn't have skin problems. But for those of you who do, we have products that will help take care of that. And to begin with, that is our skincare line, because makeup is just a band-aid, and you need to start with our skincare products because they are absolutely wonderful. And I didn't pop my zits and stuff, but I didn't always take care of my skin. As a young adult, I would sleep with my makeup, which, as you know, ages your face by 7 days when you sleep with your makeup. And so now that I have our skincare line, I definitely take care of my skin much better. So anyway, I know I'm rambling, but I have so much to tell y'all. But anyway, so now I'm going to show you how to highlight using concealer. And the way that you do that, you first start out by getting a couple of shades lighter than your foundation. So I went all the way to the end of the spectrum, and I got the lightest shade of concealer, which is Scarlet. And I like to warm up our concealer, and I apply the concealer right here to my hand, and I just kind of warm it up a little bit, and I use our concealer slash powder puff brush. This is, it's an investment. It's not cheap, but it is the best brush I believe that we own aside from our blending brush. This is one of my favorite brushes, and I use the concealer in, and I dab it right there in the concealer. And I do have some bags under my eyes, and to cover those, and it's a dual function. It's going to cover the bags, and then it's going to also highlight. So I come right here in the corner of my eye where the bags are. That's where your bags are. And you want to come right here, and then you want to bring it back up. You don't want to do a semicircle. That's going to draw attention to the bag. You want to come downward, no lower than the end of your nose, and then you want to bring it back upward to your hairline. But you don't want to get close to underneath your eye, because the more product that you add and pack underneath your eyes, you're going to see more fine lines and pores. So you don't want to add your concealer directly underneath there. You just want to stick right here where your bags are, come down no lower than your nose, then bring it back up like a V or a check to your hairline. And at this point you can take and come right here where your eyeshadow is and sharpen that look. If there's any excess eyeshadow outside of your eye line, you can sharpen that look. And then you can take your foundation brush and just kind of blend that out. And that's not packing on the product too much. That's doing it just right. Then you take another way to highlight, or another area to highlight is in your T-zone. You come up here and you add the concealer down the bridge of your nose, at your Cupid's bow, on your chin, and then along your jawline. Okay? And next I'm going to add more dimension to my face, and the way that I'm going to do that is by bronzing. I'm going to contour with our beachfront bronzer, and I'm going to be using the shade Hermosa. And I like to use our contour brush to do this with. I'm going to use the paddle side of the contour brush. I'm going to get some bronzer on the brush, tap it off, and you want to start right here in your hairline next to your ear, which is underneath your natural cheekbone. And you come underneath and you draw a line. You don't go any lower than where your iris meets. Okay? You draw that line and then you brush it upward. Like that. With whatever brush you use, you brush it upward. And you do the same thing. Now look at that. I want you to look at that. This is my favorite makeup hack. Look at this, how it's rounded. And look at this, how it's much more thinner. I have just created myself a cheekbone. Love, 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 love this makeup hack. It's my favorite one. Alright, come over here. Brush upward. Okay, you also can contour and slim down your nose. Get a little bit of bronzer on the tip of your brush and come along each side of your nose. You want to contour. If you have a smaller forehead, you can skip this step, but as you can see, I have a pretty large forehead. So I'm going to come like in the middle. And then I am going to do like this and contour my forehead. And then next I'm going to pout out my lip, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how to make your bottom lip look a little bit fuller. Get a little bit of bronzer on that, and I'm going to come right here in the dip and just kind of contour right there. And next I'm going to hide my double chin. I'm going to use our blusher brush for this. I'm going to get some bronzer on there. I'm going to come under my chin. Make sure this is all blended really, 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 really well. Down my neck. Hey, would you bring Michaela inside, please? Because I'm gonna have to leave in a little bit.
You live?
Yeah. I don't have full quarters.
You got a goddamn Danish in that machine at work. I'm wrong. Fit to turn the machine over and get it out of there.
I'm live.
I've been wanting that Danish out of that machine for 2 weeks.
All right, next I am going to blend all of these. See how I have all these porch lines? I need to blend all of that. And the best way to do that, you could do that with face powder, but I choose to do that with our Behold Touch translucent powder because it's translucent. It doesn't have color. It's not going to add any more color to my face. And I'm going to use that same brush I used before, but I'm going to use the powder side. And I am going to get some of that on there. Also, this is a Photoshop product. I'm gonna start right here and I'm gonna pack it on underneath my eye. It's gonna blur out any fine lines. I'm gonna get some more, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend out that bronzer. Come underneath here. Side of my nose. And I did forget one step, but I'm going to go real quick and do it, and that is blush. I should have put my blush on before I blended, but we'll do the blush and then we'll go right back and blend it. And I'm going to use a blush that I haven't used in a while. Hold on one second, let me find it. Here it is. I'm going to use the blush called Sweet, and I'm going to use our, let's see, where's this? Okay, I'm going to use our blush brush, and I'm going to start at the apple of my cheeks. That's where you want to start, and then bring it backward. All right, now that I've added the blush, I need to blend again. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of this Behold setting powder and just kind of blend that out just a little bit. We're almost done. I want y'all to see the new lipstick I got, so y'all stick around real quick. All right, next I'm gonna take I'm going to exfoliate my lips, get them ready for my lipstick, and then we're going to finish the eyes. I'm using our lip exfoliator. It's shea butter and sugar. Absolutely wonderful. Alright, next I'm going to take the, come back to the eyeshadows, and I'm going to grab the concealer brush. Which is where? I think I put it up. Here it is. And I'm going to grab this color Fancy, which is what we used in our crease. And I'm going to drag that underneath the eye. Y'all know how I like to do that and complete the look. Okay, and then I'm going to take this proper liner and I'm going to line my waterline. The waterline is the area in between your lash line and your eyeball. And I'm just going to kind of add that in there. All right, and look, this is our eyeliners. They are waterproof, water resistant, and they do not budge. Look. Not smudging. All right, the other product that you get, you'll get 4 pressed shadows of your choice in the Kudos. You'll also get the Epic Mascara, which I'm going to show you. It's our one-step mascara. And I'm just going to apply 1 coat and show you how awesome it is. Y'all, I've not worn makeup in a week. I've been dying to wear makeup. I like to apply it on the bottom. Start from the tip of the inside of my lashes all the way to the tip, and then I come and do the back of my lashes, and then come back underneath, and then I like to come at the edge of my lashes and bring them out as like a butterfly effect. Make them just a little bit longer than the rest, and there you go. Look at that. That's 1 coat. That's awesome. Thank you, Terry. All right, we'll do the bottoms real quick, and then I'll put on my lipstick, and then we are done. Okay, these are the eyes. What do you think? Let me show you. Those are the colors. Fancy, gentle, optimistic, and witty. And this lipstick of my choice, I'm going to wipe off this lip exfoliator. I'm going to make sure it's exfoliated. I bought a new Splash lipstick. I didn't have this shade. And this shade is called Stately. It's like a plum shade or a berry shade. You need very little. See, I'm scraping off. Okay, you want to apply it to the bottom lip first. Kind of line your lip. this instrument is very good for lining your lip. There you go. Finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, you can get this a tube of Splash lipstick, the Epic mascara, and 4 pressed powders, your choice of quad, in this month's Sizzling Triple Sizzle Bundle, in this month's Kudos, for either $72 or $76. I'll post the definite price below in a second. So y'all have a great day, and wish my cat Polly luck as she gets groomed. Thank y'all so much for viewing, and have a great day. Bye-bye.